Reddit, humans F yeah. Once we were slave masters. Posted by user semiloki.
The ancient gazed upon the visage of the human with unmasked contempt. The human was small, like all of its kind. Almost hairless save for a thin patch that crested their blunted skulls. Fortunately, the ancient was spared the sight of the thing's disgusting skin by the species' odd habit of wearing clothes to hide their bare skin. Even they must find their own kind ugly, the ancient thought. How could they not? Dull flesh without hint of scales. Weak limbs with clumsy manipulators at the ends of the top ones. Mouth filled with blunted teeth. Ugly things. Nothing like the majesty of the Skvari. Even at his advanced age and in his weakened state, the ancient knew he was more than a match for the fledgling sentient creature. He could pinch its neck between his claws and sever that ridiculous head. He could crush it under the bulk of his weight, allowing his multi-jointed limbs to pierce its delicate skin over and over again. He could rend it with his fangs and leave it bloody and dying on the floor. He did none of these things. Instead, the ancient spoke. "Come closer, human," the ancient hissed the words with its double larynx. "Come and hear my words. Gaze now upon me and know that once we were slave masters. Empires toppled before us. Entire worlds bowed their heads and bent their backs to our whips. Yes, for 1,000 generations we have marched the roads between the stars. For 1,000 generations our feet have stamped over the bones of the unworthy. Hearken now, human, for once we were giants. Empires fell beneath our gaze. We were the first to taste the air of a new world and the last to smell the fires of a burning world. Attend, human, for once we were gods. The savages built temples to our glory and sacrificed one another for our appeasement. Yet, even their supplications would not quench our rage. For we found them wanting. Yes, human, we are the mighty, the strong, the feared. The bravest and the best have fell before us. We were the first and the foremost. The gem separated from the chert. We were the slave masters. The human bobbed its head once. Got it, the human replied. You done now? Because if all you make a speech like this, we're going to be here all night. The ancient kept his silence. The human shook its head side to side. Damn overdramatic alien wannabe conquerors, he muttered and turned to face the rifleman. Ready, he shouted. The invasion had not failed, the ancient thought. The Skvari were flawless. Aim, the human shouted. A sharp snap of metal sliding against metal was echoed from a dozen rifles. The humans were primitive. Not even star-faring creatures. Locked to one lonely planet. Savage. Backwards. Unworthy. The invasion could not have failed. This must be a dream. Their primitive weapons could never have touched his war fleet, let alone downed ship after ship in a hail of radioactive fire. The invasion could not fail. Had not failed. Would not fail. The ancient rotated and I stalked to gaze upon the ground where 6 of his brethren lay motionless on the ground. They had all stood where he stood now. The savage humans and their primitive chemical-propelled weapons had slain the immortal Skvari. Impossible. The human watched him, seeming to wait to see if the ancient had more to say. The ancient did not. This could not be real. Fire,